Hi, my name is Joseph Orosco. I grew up in Pomona, California, a city where sirens race through the streets, homeless camped wherever there is space, drug addicts roam in the parks, prostitutes along Holt Street, and gangs a safe haven for those of us trying to survive. This was my world, the only world I was aware of. I was raised by a single mother, and we lived with my grandparents. My father was missing, and officially so, March 14, 2004. Since I was the oldest, I had to lead the way. As a first generation student, I had to navigate the education system and figure out life on my own for the most part. Even so, surrounded by women in my family, I promised to myself I would fill the shoes of my father and protect them. I vowed to become a pillar of support for my family to help us escape from this world. My escape route was through sports, in particular, baseball. Going on into high school, my mother wanted a better education for me, and so I was transferred out of the so called ghetto and relocated to a much more affluent school. My whole world burst open there, and for the first time, I was introduced to racism, discrimination, and my social status in this world. I was a poor brown kid from Pomona that did not belong in honors. I was a nobody in sports. I had no idea what was going on and why I felt so outcasted. I was still trying to make sense of everything, but one thing I did understand was that there was more than just the world I grew up in. In Laverne, at Bonita High School, the streets were safe at night. There were no homeless people, gangs, or sirens to worry about. I learned that there was more to this world I lived in, and you didn't always have to struggle or look over your shoulder. However, it was a huge battle to be recognized at my school, but through my hard work and dedication, I did become recognized, respected in the classroom and on the field. I constantly had to prove myself. I used these opportunities to prove to my coaches and teachers I was a somebody worth recognizing and that I was not inferior due to my skin color, upbringing, or wealth. Although this venture was cut short when my sister got kicked out of her school and I was transferred back to my original high school, Pomona High, at my new school, I continued to play sports. At the start of my sophomore year, I tore my ACL, meniscus, and sprained my MCL playing football for the school. My whole world was turned upside down, and the world I sought to free my family from felt impossible. Sports was no longer a reliable option. Barely able to walk, I applied myself to my education. It was through my sophomore AP World History teacher, Miss Relos, that I learned how powerful education can be with service learning. I learned that I didn't have to free my family from this world and help them escape it, that instead, I can change that world that we were living in and not only help my family live in a better place, but help my little cousins, my friends, and the people living in my community. My teacher taught me that even with no support, if I believe in my vision, I can make a change to help all of us around me. Due to her support and belief in me, I moved on to create a gardening club to educate myself, my peers, and my community on the issues of obesity in low income communities of color. Together, we began to address those issues within our community. Teachers who believed students would just destroy the garden later started becoming involved. My peers, who thought it was dumb and just a waste of time, later became leaders of the club. Having no budget, I connected to Home Depot to create a garden and gather hundreds of dollars worth of supplies. My teacher taught me how to navigate this world, the social political realm of the school, and the community. She taught me how to help my peers become leaders, and I began to see that growth in them. This impact continues till this day as some of my peers continue to work on environmental issues at their colleges or are seeking an education in relation to environmental issues. As for me, I am continuously learning about urban issues in the world and strategies to resolve them. I recently graduated from Trinity College with a dual BA in Urban Studies and Engineering Science. I'm currently starting grad school to get my master's in education of mathematics from the University of Las Vegas. I'm also doing Teach for America, while I'll be teaching mathematics at Desert Pines High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. Nevada is one of the lowest ranking states in education, and the Clark County School District I am teaching at is the fifth largest county in the nation. Around 15,000 students in the Clark County School District are homeless. Desert Pines High School has the largest population of English language learners in the district and a small population of refugees. Given all the cards stacked against our students, I want to be a teacher that empowers them to take control of their own lives instead of being directed by it. The situation I have experienced so far is that students do not feel supported. They do not believe there is a future for them in the US or in college. They also hate math, and they don't see the point in it or how it applies to their real life. Desert Pines is also a sports heavy school, and I don't want our student athletes to feel like sports is their only path toward success. Through teaching, I intend to be that pillar of support, just help them in finding their visions and supporting them through it and their endeavors, to attend their school events and help them find their whys and passions. I want to help my students see the beauty in math, to help draw the connections of math to their world, to empower them to use their education to address issues in their communities and take control of their own lives, to support one another in their efforts to grow and create a healthier community. I learned many of these qualities and ideas from several teachers throughout my life, but the most empowering was Miss Relas, who taught me how to seize control of my own world and create the change that nobody else is willing to do through my own education. Just like Ms. Relas, I will develop my lesson plans to educate my students on political issues in their community and how to apply that knowledge I am teaching them to address them. Thank you.